last play and just what happened and what unfolded? And what was, I don't know if you were screened or what happened on that last play.
Jamal Murray made a shot. Of course, it's a heartbreaking game. You don't ever want to lose in that fashion. I don't understand what's going on in the replay center, to be honest. I think I said it this year or last year, whatever. D'Lo clearly gets hit in the face on a drive. What the do we have a replay center if it's going to go? It doesn't make sense to me. It makes no sense to me. It bothers me. Sorry I didn't answer your question, but that is like. And then I just saw what happened with the Sixers Knicks game too. What are we doing?
That's a difficult loss, and you can sort of feel the pain emanating from LeBron James. Put your feet up, or we're not going anywhere. No commercials for a long time. We've got all morning long to dive into these. Monica, you got I'm all good with it. You got home in time to see the second half as you were doing the Knicks game last night. LeBron James is talking about the officiating. What do we think of the way LeBron talked? What did you hear from him there?
When I heard marginal on a slap in the face, I had some questions. I did have some legitimate questions. I think you have to understand that that's the play that he's referring to in that moment. Otherwise, I didn't have a ton of gripes with officiating down the stretch. The Nuggets went and stole the basketball game back from the Lakers on their home court. But I gotta admit, I have had some questions about the use of replay as well through the course of the season.
I mean, if that isn't a foul, then I don't know what is a Legler. I mean, I see the look on your face. How is this not a foul?
And the same thing happened in the Sixers-Knicks game with Kyle Lowry when he fouled Dante DiVincenzo and dislodged that basketball. Here's the problem for the league. If you're going to go to replay, and now we're going to have this many camera angles, super slow-mo, see it's 8 times, high def, you're going to see contact. We all have eyes. We know that that's a foul. And if you're going to act as if that contact didn't happen, you got a problem. If you're the league, you're going to be questioned every single game if these kind of things are going to be like, oh, now, here's the thing LeBron's doing, though. This is a deposit for future returns. That's all that is, because that is a play much earlier in the game, had nothing to do with the Nuggets' comeback. But LeBron is trying to plant that seed going forward. Problem is, listen, when I'm watching, all these games are being officiated differently. Vastly differently than what we watch in the regular season, but the replays are catching all of it, and this is a problem for the league.
Does LeBron James have a point? Do you guys all have a point? 1,000%. But this morning, no one cares.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
no one cares.
They lost the game.
Because you had a double-digit lead, you had a 20-point lead, and at some point down the stretch, they just ran out of gas. Like, I walk away from this game thinking about 2 interesting matchup perspectives from Darvin Ham. First off, if Jokic is shooting 53% against AD in that individual matchup, how is he able to go one-on-one against him multiple times down the stretch? They scored on 8 of their last 9 possessions. Is there not going to be a wrinkle? And I understand AD is going for Defensive Player of the Year, but you're not going to show a double team, a different kind of look to make him pass the ball out? It was barbecue chicken.
I hear you on that, Jay, but you know who we're talking about, right? Like, it's the lesser of the 2 evils, right? I understand a wrinkle and sending the double team, but often the choice is allow Jokic to score, or do you allow him to become a master facilitator? So yes, but also,
I'm staying at home on Jamal Murray, and I'm forcing somebody else to
listen,
than Jokic and Jamal Murray.
I hear what you're saying, and you're right. That's what makes Jokic great. He could pick you apart in other ways. Excuse me. There is no single greater guarantee in this league than Nikola Jokic getting something quality for himself if he's played one-on-one in the post, period. So he's going to get whatever. That's about to happen. Yeah. Guys might miss shots from the perimeter. He's not going to miss those shots. He's going to get what he wants when he wants it, because he's that strong and he's that skilled.
Cindy, can we put up number 3, please? Full screen 3 is Jokic. His numbers yesterday were just ridiculous. Not that they aren't all. In fact, for him, these are relatively normal numbers. But he had a 27-point triple-double. He was Denver's leading scorer and rebounder and assist getter. It was the 15th playoff game of his career where he led his team outright in all 3 of those categories. In NBA history, only LeBron James has more playoff games in which he has led his teams in all those categories.
And Greeny, like Jamal Murray just continues to submit himself as a top 10 player in this league, especially in playoff time. And if you're the Lakers, didn't you know this last year? Didn't you go out to try to get somebody defensively? And I know Jared Vanderbilt can come back in game 3. But once again, coaching, Gabe Vincent only played 15 minutes. Like, if anything, like Austin Reeves, leave Austin Reeves on Jamal Murray. Like, down the stretch, it was LeBron James and AD and pick and roll. That's a tough matchup for AD, as much as I want to give him credit about being on the perimeter.
Bottom line of it is this. In a series in which I think we all think the Nuggets are the better team, even blowing a 20-point lead, tie game, 20 seconds left, and LeBron James wide open from three, I'm guessing the Lakers would sign for that 20 out of 20
No
times.
question, particularly when he had made big jump shots earlier in that quarter.
They had it. This was a game they had in a million. This was the shot here. They had this in a million different ways.
And you know what? He wasn't even anticipating going this early. There's about 4 or 5 second difference on the shot clock. So, you obviously would hope to take it down a little bit further. But when he sees the defender fall and he's in rhythm, because at that point he was making jump shots, he has no choice but to take that shot. He just needed to make one more jumper. And when they get the rebound, I love Jokic immediately turning to the bench and waving off Malone. The reason that Malone allows that is because it's Jokic. You are 100% inherently trusting him. Now, it turns out it was Jamal Murray that made the play, but when Jokic turned to that bench and gave him the double wave off, didn't even think about calling timeout. Let us play. I got this. And Mike Malone had so much trust in those two star players that he knew they were going to get something good.
I continue. Nikola Jokic, optimist dime. Like, it's just so tough to stop him. But on that note, LeBron James gets a great look, right? But you think about the energy that's had to be exerted over the course of the game, the physicality, defending Jokic. There's the opportunity at a second chance, the legs. You're already hit. You're so exhausted versus a really, really good team. So down the stretch, you don't get a better look than this. But look how spaced out the Lakers are. Anthony Davis, for as terrific as he had been on the glass, is 2 bodies on him in the paint, and then Michael Porter Jr. flies in for that rebound to close things down.
And Monica, also before that last play where they got the ball before Jamal Murray makes the game-winning shot, like literally the last 9 or 10 plays before that, off made buckets, they were pushing the tempo.
Yep.
I mean, it was literally off made buckets.
Yes.
They were pushing the tempo, really digging into the legs down the stretch of the Lakers.
The greatness of Jamal Murray on that last shot,
Yeah, man.
and just how great the game was, and Jokic. What's going to get lost in the shuffle? The play that Aaron Gordon made on the offensive rebound. He basically wrestles that ball away, keeps his toes in bounds to find Michael Porter Jr. for that three. That was the single biggest play of the game, other than obviously the game winner at the buzzer. He doesn't make that hustle play on that rebound, Lakers win the game. And it's going to get lost in the shuffle, and you had Christian Brown stepped up. They had so many different players make plays for them, leading to the greatness of Jokic and Murray down the stretch.
Look, the bottom line of it is this. We live in a Lakers-centric world, so I think a lot of us are focusing on it from that standpoint. What you saw last night was a championship team showing you why they are a championship team. They had no business winning that game. The Lakers outplayed them all night long, and in the end, they have 2 superstars. They have a bunch of guys who know their roles, and they got the job done in the final 3 minutes.
Is it fair to say now, because I know last year this caught a lot of flack, that we're looking at potentially like the greatest skilled center to ever play the game of basketball?
Well, look, I mean, he's the best player in the world right now.
Is that outlandish to say when you're watching Nikola Jokic?
That's an honest debate. They even put a number up last night, 25, 20, and 10 in a playoff game. He's done it 4 times.
Come on.
Right? Wilt and Kareem combined for 3.
Come on.
That's it.